Hey everyone, it's been a while, hasn't it? Quite a few people asked me what I've been up to the last couple of days because there were no videos. People got worried I quit FFBE. None of that happened really. It's just nothing really to do other than item world, and I'm having my exam on Thursday, this Thursday, so in 48 hours from now, I'll be finally done with university. Woo! But yeah, well, technically there's still the master's thesis, but come on, that's not hard. And yeah, I was just studying a lot, playing other games, catching up with friends and all that. So I actually enjoyed my time off since the last video. And yeah, we're back today for a limited collaboration with Xenogears. As you might know, I am quite happy about this. Well, after seeing the banner details, I'm not that happy anymore, but it's still Xenogears, it's still a collaboration, it's still Vision World, so I'm still somewhat excited. It's just that Gumi loses goodwill with me with every week, as it seems. But yeah, I will rant about all of this when I'm pulling on this banner anyway, so just a heads up, there will be complaining on Thursday when I pull because 40k for these guys, it's a ripoff. So it, Graph, Faye, nobody cares about it and Faye sadly. One of the things I'm really annoyed by, none of those get upgrades, but this video isn't about complaining. I will try to keep that to a minimum. And it's more about what is worth it from this banner. Because even if you don't decide to pull, there's still a few things that you should keep in mind when doing the free weekly, the daily pulls, etc, etc. Especially if you get one of the 7/6 units, there is a few outliers here that you may want to take a look at. Now, before I start thinking about this, let me quickly open up the wiki because I forgot about one thing. Okay, yeah. So let's. Oops, what is wrong with this banner? So the banner is 40,500 for Graph. Split banner, huge annoyance. So regarding the Trustmaster and Super Trustmasters, because this is what the video is actually about. It's about the Trustmaster, Super Trustmaster stuff, and the equipment you get from Vision World, other than the units themselves. So as you can see, even though he's the strongest Xenogears character in the Xenogears universe, he got totally shafted, just like Mana Collab got shafted. And his STMR, basically useless. It's his suit, or well, it's actually its suit, but the brave shift of Xenogears, one should know that when they are brave shifting, both it, Faye, and Graph, they cannot wear weapons, they cannot wear a head slot, and they cannot wear a chest slot unless you equip them specifically with equip helm, with equip chest. Then yes, they can wear those, but naturally neither of them can. So with that in mind, the STMR of 8 kind of is ridiculously useless, because you're never going to use this in the brave shift as he cannot wear it, and you're never going to use the base form regardless, as this applies to all three of them, is useless. And what's more is that the stats on it, well, the attack sounds good. We still got Sephiroth's STMR, 80 attack, stop immunity, that's good. But this on the other hand, it's LB fill, LB 300 per turn and 100 LB fill rate. Well, this sounds nice on paper, and it probably is on other units. But truth be told, I wouldn't probably even get this even if I had 1/8 2 days from now. Because truth be told, I just want it for the collection. I'm not gonna go for EX plus free it, and if I don't get it at all, that's fine too with me, honestly. I'm not gonna chase him, even though his Trustmaster is good. Now please keep in mind, this one boosts static attack by 500 and increases Machina damage or damage against Machinas by 100%. This only applies to Xenogears units. So forget about slapping this on Sephiroth, Tyvus, Sky, Lara, etc, etc. Doesn't work. It only works on Xenogears units. Now Graf has the same style material, just a killer, we'll get to that in a second. And ideally, you want to have its and Graf's TMR for that static attack boost. So let's just hope for not a worst case that I pity Graf without any duplicates, without any 8 off banners. That feel bad because I then have to pull on it. Let's just hope this doesn't happen. And yeah, then Graf, he's actually the star of the banner. While it's damage, he's an LB finisher. He is just... He's not at the bottom, he's not at the top, far away from both. He's just a middle of the pack guy, nothing too special, honestly. Fire locked too, which is nice, but considering his modifier at EX plus 2 or higher is 180x, that's nothing special, especially when you consider neither of them have weapon variants. This just doesn't sound very appealing. Graf, on the other hand, he's super strong even without variants. Now he will suffer from the upcoming variance change, which makes every other unit very good, but keeps his damage steady as he does not wear any weapon. So Graf, in the grand scheme of things, while he is still very, very good in terms of damage on par or even above Sephiroth, he will fall behind a little bit once the variance change applies. And especially when you consider dual races for bosses, which is the norm these days, and if they're not his innate types, well, things get ugly for Graf too. But Alpha Weltall is... I'm trying to mix German and English now. Weltall, that's the German pronunciation. It's Weltall in English pronunciation, I guess. He's the good one. Everything about him is really good. Damage great, stuff great, modifiers great, all good, and even STMR and TMR. So if you happen to pull a couple of Grafs, I would suggest getting his STMR twice or thrice. That'd be a decent amount because it is really good. It's 60 attack, there's only one equipment piece on the head slot that is better, and that is the Clash Helmet at 90 attack. But what this does is actually really good. At 60, 50% LB damage, 100% LB fill rate, that is the good stuff. It helps out tremendously, and what we all have to keep in mind is that we don't have infinite sources of LB damage on headpieces, and B, we don't have infinite amounts of Clash of Wills helmets. So for example, if you don't want to give the Clash of Wills helm to Sky, you can give this to her. And this would make your life capping her LB damage a lot easier. And that is why I do want a couple of those just to have the option. Or if you don't want to equip the Clash of Wills helmet on Sephiroth, you can use this, and you would cap out on his LB damage too. So it's an option, it's good, it's really good. There are many application cases for this, so if you happen to pull on this banner and get yourself a grab yourself a couple of his STMR because it's really good. Now, the Seek of Power, his version of the aforementioned Trustmaster, still 500 static attack, but he boosts damage against humans by 100%. Xenogears only. But it's really good. You want this once or twice, depending on how many Xenogears units you have on the team. But truth be told, if you aim for higher ranks in Dark Visions, Vision World, or Clash, at best you're gonna use one Xenogear unit, and that is going to be Graf. So yeah, Faye, he has his TMR updated. Sounds decent, but again, it's a chest piece, and he's not using a chest piece in his Brave Shift, so utterly useless. At least the boost attack and spirit part is useless. The other part, I think, is not. Yeah, the second one, 50% attack when equipped with fists, is for everyone, but the first one is Faye only. So, All right, so yeah, that's good stuff. Now, the other units on this banner that are mentionable, desirable, I would say Ellie. Ellie is the big winner here, and if you happen to off-banner or pull some Ellies, you really should get her STMR. Let me show you what it is. Actually, I prepared this yesterday after the video, so let me scroll down. This is Ellie. I got her, luckily. And Mother's Return is her Super Trustmaster. You've seen me use this quite a few times already. And it's a 60% resistance materia to 4 elements: fire, water, wind, and earth. Great stuff. Well, the magic, it's a high magic materia, but the magic isn't really what's important. What's important is, or are the 4 element resistances, because Clash of Worlds, whether you like it or not, it's an elemental Tetris fight at the end of the day, and the more elements you have on a certain piece of equipment or materia, the better. And having 4 at 60%, which is pretty much almost the highest you can get, is great. Just like I mentioned in the other day in my what you should get for Clash of Worlds rewards with the Serenity materia, this one, same deal basically, just different elements. So get this, hope to get a few allies if you're pulling, that is, and get her STMR. With this, if you ask me how many is enough or how many should you have, 6. I'm going for 6 of her STMR, so I need 5 more, and I will spend my STMR tickets, I will spend my Omnipresence if need be. I just want a lot of these STMRs because I value those very, very highly. Now the rest of the units, ever since they don't get any upgrades, they are not worth mentioning, sadly, but it is what it is. Alright, let's move back to the news side of things. And let's talk about what I personally like is Vision World. Let me find this. World of Visions, there we go. So first things first, what I'm highly annoyed by is the split in bosses. We're starting off with the very easy ones. Dreams is still very easy, and the Fallen Star mission or part of the game is also not that hard. Shaylee mentioned this in her news video yesterday that we can expect to cap this, and yeah, so it shouldn't come in as a challenge. But still, you have to wait a full week for the final bosses, and Sinso also told me that the final boss is the most efficient way to farm the new currency, because guess what? Brave Insignias, not a thing anymore, or the time limited Insignias, they're not used. Instead, we have to farm a new currency, which I find dumb, but here we are. So let's check out the rewards. All of us are getting 10,000 lapis. It's best if you follow my guides on this, or Sinsar's if mine are too expensive for you. But rest assured, I will do budget guides for all the final bosses, hopefully even for the final stage. I will try my best to also provide a budget guide, or at least a cheap guide with no time limited units, without premium units, and see if we can cap the final boss or all bosses without premiums and without time limited units, such that most of you guys should be able to get your rank 1 rewards. Alright, but here are the equipment pieces. Mamu's sword, this is Sitan's, I don't know how to pronounce his name. STMR, it's kind of whatever, enabled for Sitan only, as it states here, but utterly useless if you want to be lazy. You can skip this one, honestly. The 20% attack, the few human killer on this, it's honestly, all of this isn't worth it. Truth be told, the human killer, it is 75% though, but honestly, I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling this at all. It's, yeah, I'm just feeling this Kitana, honestly. If you want my opinion on this, because it's Sitan only, both effects, so whatever. The trader card, Xenogears for the attack magic. This one applies to everyone. I like it. It's just 50% more Machina and human killer. it's good. You should craft this. I mean, eventually you should craft all of those just to have them, because protect ring is reflect ring is a thing these days. But I'm just saying what to get first, and we'll talk about all of this. So the Yamato belt, another one of the good ones, is if you're missing for some reason the Advanced Children of Tifa, Final Fantasy VII Tifa, this one is pretty much the same effect, just better stats. It boosts 50% through dual wield if you have 2 weapons equipped, but it has more attack than Tifa's. So it's something, also more HP and defense, I believe. The Golden Vest has dark resistance, 25 LB boost, not too shabby, but we do have better stuff, especially on S tier more level, which this 9 suggests. There is, for example, Stern Leonis S tier more. Well, he is time limited. It is a 50% LB boost, for example, but a less attack. The Executor Gown, Gown, females only, magic stuff, 50% through double hand magic. I mean, if you have the original Arif, it's a bit better than this, but it's still a nice budget option if you don't have Arif, that is, obviously. The original Arif, that is. And then lastly, we've got the Zohar Axis 4, which boosts Machina Killer by 180%. This is an active, or this is an ability that is auto-casted at the beginning of the fight. So this doesn't contribute to your 300% that you can have from gearing, but it's a buff that can be overwritten by, say, copying Regina's Machina Killer buff and spreading it with Zaun. But truth be told, this is the highest Machina buff you can get as of right now, without having to worry about using a 7-star unit such as Regina. So it's fine. It's a good one, but keep in mind only It, Graf, Faye, and Ellie can use that. So what should be your priority in all of this? Your priority should be the trader card. Let's move up. So this one should be first. Second one is the Executor Gown, and the last one should be the Golden Vest or the Yamato belt. I'd rate them equally. And lastly, that's for me at least, the Mamyu sword last, because it's just that useless that I'm never gonna end up using it anyway. So yeah, here are a few more details about the drops for the currencies. And yeah, these units gain a few bonuses, nothing too special. You should be familiar with all of this from the first Vision World event with Trials of Mana. But yeah, the equipment, it's not as good as the Trials of Mana stuff, sadly, but it's still decent in their own regard, especially at least for this Vision World, or as long as you're using 8 Graf, Faye, or Ellie, aka only Graf. The Zohar Axis 4 can come in handy. And keep in mind, the next Clash of Worlds boss is a Machina type enemy, and maybe there's going to be a way to integrate Graf into your team. Could be useful, could be useful. So get the stuff. You will see me use some of those things probably rather regularly, so don't miss out because you will regret it. And then there is one last thing, because we're also getting a mini trial. This one should be it. Yeah. The Scarlet Demon and the Dark-Winged Destroyer. It's supposedly rather easy. I will have a budget guide for this, obviously. One that does not use time-limited units such as the Xenogears stuff and premium units too. So, just one thing that I'd like to mention, the JP version of this had 50 shards for Eden Graf. Now, those are not displayed on here, and I'm really hoping we don't miss out on those, because as the banner details suggest, there are no shards to get from the summon coins. So I'm hoping that The mission complete rewards for one of those stages will include 50 shards, as they did for the JP server. Not holding my breath though, really not. Anyway, let's but on that, we should still be getting the 100, as always, actually. We always get the 100 VIP coin shards. So EX plus freeing Xenogears units shouldn't be that hard after all. It's just gonna sting that we probably miss out on 50 shards from the summon coins, but EX plus freeing with 100 shards from VIP coins in mind should be fine. So yeah, the manly mantle. I don't know what supposedly looks manly about this, but it's fine. It's a good one. 70 attack, decent. Dark resistance, okay. The Xenogears units, 8 Fake Graph, Billy, Citan, Bart, and Rico. Gain 500 static attack. Nice. But what's really good about this is the killer, because this one also provides 50% Machina killer, physical. So keep in mind, physical, but it's fine. It's only 70 attack anyway. Male units only. That's the other thing you have to keep in mind. So Sky cannot wear this, sadly. But it should be fine. You know who can wear this? Curtain can. So Curtain gets another thing to toy around with for some additional Machina killer. Again, you will get this with hopefully my guides or Sincer's guides, whoever does it first basically. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We're also getting the Mystery Crystal if we do it in 3 turns, but that should not be an issue. And yeah, that is it pretty much for this video. I hope you guys got a decent overview of what's coming, what you should get. And like I mentioned, I will pull for this banner, even though I'm rather bitter about all of these banner nerfs, the bad raids, the bad design of the banner, taking away the 50 shards from the summon coins. But I guess I'm a fan of Xenogears, so whatever, I guess. Anyway, thanks for watching. See ya Thursday. Bye bye.